Good evening. I am coming at you live in front of my TBR bookshelf. Yes, every book on the shelf is a book that I own that I haven't read. Tonight I am coming at you with a book review for Recursion by Blake Crouch. So I had read Dark Matter when it had initially came out. Oh God, it's probably been, 2 or 3 years ago. And I was a dissenting opinion that I didn't enjoy it at all. I found the narrator to be very bland and very boring. And I, quite frankly, did not care about him or his family. In stark contrast, Recursion is phenomenal. It is excellent. I was hooked from the get-go and I was entertained start to finish. I grew to care and love all of the characters in this. I thought that Helena was such a fantastic example of a strong female scientific character. Spending time with her in her head as she realizes what she's built is something that could potentially destroy humanity by destroying their brains, basically. And I'll not give any spoilers, but the book is basically about what would happen if we could go into past memories of ourselves, like sending ourselves back into an old memory and reliving that event, and or causing a change and what that would do to the rest of the people around us, as well as to humanity in the future. Loosely based. Obviously, it is much more complicated than that. Far more entertaining than I made it sound. It is high paced, it is high intensity, and I was 50% of the way through the book thinking that it was coming to the conclusion, and when I realized that I still had the other half of the book, I was floored. Same thing when I got to 75% of the book, and I'm like, there's still more. And there's this really beautiful part where it talks about the two main characters reliving parts of their lives as they relive them in each other's company. It was so beautiful. It brought me to tears. There were parts in this book that talk about if you were given the opportunity to go back and stop an event from happening that directly affected you, the loss of a child, the loss of a family member, a parent, due to an accident, would you do it? And if you could do it, how that would affect you. And I found those scenes very heartwarming, but it also made me question and realize why we don't have that ability and why it's a good thing, because of how it is emotionally affecting on the other person. I'm not super religious, but I do think an aspect of this book is quote unquote playing God. So I think that if you're somebody who is really sensitive to that subject, you maybe want to pass on it. I think that that's really the only thing that people might raise arms about, because I think that the science here is really smart. And Crouch, once again, and honestly, I think he does it better here than he does in Dark Matter. He discusses the time-space continuum and how time is a construct that humanity made and created. I just think he might have an obsession there. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I highly, highly recommend. I think that if you are somebody who is looking for a sci-fi book that is mostly thriller, this is the book for you. You should check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think, or if you've read this book, let me know what you thought about it. If you agree, if you disagree, maybe you agree or disagree with my Dark Matter review. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great night. Until then.